Good morning everybody, welcome back into Broken Winds Workshop with me, Laura, and the glorious Violet. See her hanging around. She's busy doing nothing again. Might have to have a word. Anyway, I didn't do any more work last night. I was really tired. Got into a bit of a series on Netflix, if I'm honest. Vegged out. So I'm going to polish up my frets now this morning with my Dremel and some Unofficial, and that should be the fretting finished. Neck done, can get some oil on the neck as well, and then hopefully start doing some electrics. Thought I'd show you this next bit in real time because it's really satisfying and rather nice, and that's taking the masking tape off. But just before I do that, I'm just going to run, this is just a silver cloth I use for cleaning various woodwind and brass instruments that have a sort of silver or chrome finish. It does have some sort of polishing agent in it, which is non-abrasive, and I find it useful to just take off that last bit of residue that might be left behind from the Dremel and the Unofficial. But yeah, the exciting part I find is taking the masking tape off to reveal how shiny they truly are, because until you get the direct comparison between the fret and the rosewood behind, you maybe don't appreciate how good it's been. So I'll take my gloves off. Let's do it. Hopefully this will peel off relatively easily. It is. That went well, didn't it? There we go. See what I mean? They look good here, but once you actually take the masking tape off and see what they're gonna be like against the neck itself, it's just so satisfying. Really lovely. Yay! Job done. Hurrah. Anyway, you don't need to watch me do this the whole way down. I'll speak to you again in a minute. Go. You can see it in all its glory now. Ta-da! Happy with those. Woo! Shiny, shiny, shiny! Great. So I'm just going to do, because of the sort of masking tape residue and stuff, I'm just going to run over the back again with a little bit of 1200 before I oil it up. And I will just check these are level. Right, before I oil up the fretboard and the neck, I'm just going to run with a little single edge razor blade there. I'm just going to run very gently along the edge there to just take off the point, as it were, of the fretboard. Make it hopefully a nice feel and comfortable under the fingers. You probably can't even see how this is. If I were to show you, to be fair, it's more of a tactile thing than a visual, but hopefully whoever gets to play this will appreciate the effort. So while the various coats of oil are drying on not only Violet but the neck now as well, I thought I would use my time wisely and do a bit of preliminary wiring. prior to having access to the cavity. I stupidly didn't turn the camera on while doing it, so you can't actually see me in action with my soldering iron. Well, yet. You still might when I actually get into the cavity. But I thought I'd still show you what I've done and my plan of action for the electrics. So here we are. That's why we're up close and personal on this. I thought you can try and see what we're doing. So I have a tone pot and then my volume pot, which you see there. Ooh, ignore that. Using a little offcut to stabilise everything. After the advice of my performance coordinator, i.e. Tim, who's kindly agreed to test Violet for me once she's up and running. So you actually get to meet him. I've spoken about him a lot. Anyway, after his advice, to get a push-push switch to do some coil splitting for my Jailhouse Rail 2 pickup. So I've gone with his advice. He just said it's easy. He finds it easier while performing to do a push-push rather than a push-pull. So that's what I've gone for. And yeah, so we have volume with the grounding wire that's going to go to the bridge, the grounding to the tone pot. Then we have the tone pot to the volume here, and then obviously the capacitor. And then I have my jack, and I've used braided wire for this so that I've just unravelled the braiding at each end, and that is then my ground. So it's all nice and neat and tidy. I am one for neat and tidy wiring rather than a spaghetti junction going on. I've put some heat shrink on these two just to not only make it look nice and neat, but to try and avoid any short-circuiting, because my little cavity is little. The last build I managed to short-circuit my switch from one little piece of the braided wire touching what it shouldn't, so I'm trying to avoid that where possible. So here we go. Yep, there we go. That's all I can really do until I can get in and get the pickup in, get that attached, and she should be alive. I do feel a little bit Frankenstein-esque by bringing a cow to life, but all fun and games. Anyway, it's late again, funny that, and I'm off to bed, so see you. Good evening, everybody. You join me at very exciting times because I think this is it. Tonight is my last day of building. I am that close to finishing. I think this is it. Gonna be done. Well, I don't want to speak too soon and say barbecue on a sunny day and get rained on, but I think this is it. So I have a confession. I did a cheeky 45 minutes work at lunchtime when my son nodded off in the car, and I didn't film it because my phone was in the car and nothing was going to make me go back in there and disrupt him when I could be productive in here. So I just cracked on and decided I'll just fill you in about it now. So two have become one, in the words of the Spice Girls. Neck is on. She is attached. So the obvious, neck is attached, big work done, job's a good one. I've then done my strap buttons, one on her luggle, one on her, well, bottom of her tummy, I guess that is. And we have machine heads on the armour. Whoop, whoop. So, what is left for me to do is get the nose on, get the pickups in. Pickup, singular. She's only got one nose. Get that in and wire it up. And then get all the other gubbins on. That should be it. Before I turn Violet the other way to get in the cavity to do her electrics, I just thought you all might want to take a moment to appreciate her nose. Pickups in. Nose is on. I'm so pleased with that. Brilliant. Yes. Love it when a plan comes together.
they still have dreams left to seize. Let's make this part of a trend, my friend.
Good evening, everybody. Now, despite me wearing the same jumper as I was in that last little clip of me doing the electrics, it's actually 2 days later. Today is Wednesday night and I am very excited to tell you it's finished. You would not believe the relief. Because the last 24 hours have been a bit of a panic because my electrics did not work, and no matter how many times I checked my circuit and looked at different things, I got the multimeter out, did all these different things, didn't work. And I'd like to say a quick thank you to my mate Dom, who was my soundboard earlier when I started to go nuts, and we just chatted through ideas and realised what was wrong, and it's sorted now. She's working. Yes, I'm so happy. So let me introduce you to the finished article. Here she is, strings and all. The joy that is Violet. I'm gonna give her a hug. I'm not going to play her for you today. I'm going to save that joy for my final video, which will be the next time you hear from me, and it will be my completed, edited video about the whole build, and in that there's going to be the performance coordinator who is going to show her off to her best ability and his best ability, because I'm a noodler, I am not a guitarist, I'm a clarinetist and a saxophonist, so I'm not going to show her off, and it's not what you know, it's who your sister marries. So I'm roping him in to show her off, so I'm going to say goodnight and thank you for bearing with me, and hopefully the next video will be a good summary of this little meander through guitar building has been, and it has been an absolute exhausting joy. Yep, another little boo-boo. I think you could probably pull my DNA from Violet if you needed to do a Jurassic Park style reinvention of the human race. But yeah, thank you all so much. It's been a blast, and please take the time to like and comment and share and subscribe to my channel. I am going to keep doing some videos even once this build off is done, so please stick with me. And please take the time to watch my final video, even though a lot of it will be repeated little snippets from the last few weeks, and I look forward to seeing all the other builders and their final videos. So thank you so much. I will see you soon.